Hello, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be diving into a new soundtrack that we haven't gone into before, and that's the soundtrack from Hollow Knight. I think this is Gods and Nightmares, so I'm not sure this is a DLC or something, because I haven't actually played them before, so this is going to be quite a new thing, and, you know, it's apparently a very, very good soundtrack, so let's go into it. We're going to be listening to a song called Hive Night, which is going to be quite good, so I'm looking forward to getting into it. What we'll do is we'll probably listen to just the whole thing all the way through without stopping, and then we'll talk about it, and then we'll listen to it again and break it down. Before we do that, please do like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. But having said all of that, let's get into the video, and let's get into the react to Hive Night from Hollow Knight, Gods and Nightmares in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god. Ooh. That's fun. Alright. Okay, alright. That was pretty cool. It had this kind of like grandness to it. It sort of had this almost heroicness to it in parts of the sound, but I think it could kind of, it still delivered this sort of kind of, I guess, creepiness, not in a horror way, but in kind of a way of like size. It didn't feel. It felt kind of grand, but on a small scale, if that makes sense. Probably not. But I like that a lot. There was a lot of really, really cool different little elements in there that kind of really gave it that kind of sort of fantastical fantasy sound to it. Let's listen to it again. Let's stop and start this time, and we'll talk through the song. Let's go. So that's already sounds heroic. Almost sounds a bit Pirates of the Caribbean in a way. We're in straight away with this nice high kind of scrape on the string. And then we're bringing into this kind of already this pulse, and we've already got percussion and everything within the first couple of seconds. This kind of snare drum is very marching drum, very, you know, formal, regal kind of. It's got that obviously that militant sound to it as well. And that kind of is almost like bees or something to do it, that kind of on the flutes, that kind of run. Yeah, it's like insects or kind of like scurrying around, just that fast kind of movement. It's not necessarily bugs or whatever, but it is that kind of movement that you expect. That's quite a nice way to transition into the, you know, the main sort of melody line, which is kind of that bum bum. That's the staccato kind of stutter into the main line, and kind of, I mean, what does it tell, or does it say? Is it a bit of you know, they're not kind of firm on the ground in this situation. It's kind of still a bit loose. It's still a bit hesitant, maybe, or something like that. interesting. Yeah, it's a really cool way to get into it. And those hits are kind of a theme within, and obviously we get this kind of trumpet doing the main melody line, having those bam 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 accents at the end, kind of, you know, kind of ties it up nicely with the phrasing. And this is this kind of blend of kind of like large sounds, but also kind of small, where we have this kind of large trumpet line, heavy trumpet line going over the top, or strings actually. Actually, hold on, let me listen to that again. No, it is horns. It is horns. Going over it, and then we do have some strings kind of, or it might be the flute actually doing the descend and ascend, the descend and ascend, the descend and ascend really quickly, and then we kind of got this kind of very kind of wooden sounding sort of percussion, again, that kind of little rattle to it, and that sounds like that's quite kind of a smaller sound. It's a kind of, I feel like that kind of zones in the sound a little bit and focuses on that, which is quite an interesting choice for the percussion section for this. That kind of little woodpecker kind of drill in a sense. Then moving to changing the sound slightly from the snare to the kind of the bongo drum. The hand percussion does give it a bit more of a wider and flatter sound in that sense, because it's, you know, it's hands, not sticks hitting, so it's not going to have that kind of bite to the sound, I suppose. More muted, I suppose. And this is a little bit more pulled back that bit. And that's definitely a fuller section where everything kind of just went into that, like everyone was sort of involved in that. And that, I like the descend that the horns do. The do 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 is quite a fun sound, particularly to get like the lower instruments to do kind of like that sort of more jollier, more faster paced sort of sounds is nicer, I think, because it gives it a bit of like there's some weight being thrown around, which I think is nice. And that's an interesting way to obviously build tension. So you had the strings kind of slowly going up in pitch, and then the slow roll on the drum getting more and more intense as that went on. And straight back into this very, again, heroic Pirates of the Caribbean-esque sound. And a nice ending. It kind of had that, again, it had that kind of sort of Flight of the Bumblebee style kind of run, with the flutes did, or the wind instruments did at least, before it went into the final kind of grand hits to finish the song. Let me play. So it was that, and then it goes into the, and kind of really using those ending sort of like stabs. I suppose that's probably the better the words to describe them, is those stabs, the ding 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 ding, to really cement the end of the song. And obviously that's kind of like been a bit of a motif throughout the whole thing. So that's nice to end it with that. I think it was a really cool song actually. Yeah, and lots of nice little bits in there, which we obviously we spoke about. Let me know what you thought of Hive Night from Hollow Knight in the comment section below. And did you like it? Did you not? Let me know why. Let me know what you would like to listen and see next on the channel. in the comments below, and of course we'll do those. Anything else from Hollow Knight that I haven't done or missed, let me know, and we'll get to doing those. If you're still watching this video all the way to now, thank you very much. I appreciate you the most of all. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do. I'd appreciate that. But having said all of that, thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you very much. Goodbye.